Today I'm going to give one presentation on Glories of Sravanam. This is such a beautiful topic that everyone's spiritual life starts from hearing. Even if we talk about in our material existence, if we are thinking to love someone or we would like to start liking someone, our first process is we start hearing about the person. Either we hear through some of his friends, or either we hear through some other sources such as newspaper, radio, magazines, so and so. Because hearing, it means that about someone's quality, someone's activity, someone's prowess, someone's entourage, and so on. That's how we develop the taste, through hearing. Even in this material world, any knowledge, if we want to learn about something in this material world, then we start hearing from the teacher. We do hear, we sit, they speak, we hear. If we have any question, we ask them, and there is some more hearing on this matter. It's because we all have attended our materialistic schools, colleges, universities. We have been there and we have heard very carefully, because whatever problem we have, teachers are there to answer them, to guide us. That's why it's very, very important to hear. Especially in spiritual life, there are 9 processes of bhakti. So the first process itself is Sravanam, means hearing. So now the point comes, because we are talking about here spiritual lives. So when we say hearing, what does it actually mean, hearing? What do we actually want to hear? So the Srimad Bhagavatam, it talks about Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarnam. So we have to hear about Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. He is the only subject matter to hear about. That is the purpose of our existence in this material world as a human being. Otherwise, there is no purpose. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada, he says one time that the purpose of this life is meant to glorify Lord Shri Hari. Hear or glorify Lord Shri Hari. If that business is stopped, there is nothing else in the life to carry on. So that's why we all got this human birth, to hear about Lord Krishna. But being misfortunate or unfortunate and being the product of this Kali Yuga, we have been heard so many other things since our childhood, through our friends, parents, university teacher or school, colleges teacher, some other things, that we have no interest to hear about Krishna. But that is not good. The sages, the Lord, the Vedas, they talk about something else. What to actually hear? Only the purpose is Vishnu Smarnam, only just to hear about the Lord. Because when we got this human birth, we meant to get out of this material world, because we are suffering since time immemorial. So now the question is what to hear. So as I said, they hear about Lord Krishna here. So not just only hear about Lord Krishna, we do hear about his pure devotees also. So because when we do about Kirtan, Krishna Katha, so Krishna Katha is not just only about Krishna. It do only about Lord Krishna. It's about Krishna and his pure devotee. That's what this Srimad Bhagavatam is all about. It's Krishna and his pastime with his pure devotees here. So now the next question comes, from whom to hear? Now we got to know that we need to hear about the spiritual activities, about the spiritual subject matter who is Lord Krishna. So who to hear? Are we really want to know about Krishna? So the Krishna says, you have to go to my devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text number 34, it says, Tad vidhi pranipatena paripashnena seveya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnanina tattva darshina You have to go to my devotees, inquire to the spiritual master about the subject matter, service to him submissively, put your head down, be humble, and then ask questions. Because being pleased by your service, those transcendentalists, they will impart the knowledge on you. Why? Because they have seen the absolute truth. That's why it is very, very important to hear from the pure devotee. Otherwise, we have no way to go anywhere. If we hear from non-devotees, there will be no love developed in our heart. In Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it has been beautifully said, Shushroshoho Shradhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Sayan Mahatseveya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nisevanat. That means, O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. Now we have been eager to serve, but due to the product of this Kali Yuga, even though sometimes we sit in Krishna Katha or in a satsang to hear, we are sitting physically, but mentally we are somewhere here. We are hearing, but one sense we are not able to hear anything. We are seeing, but still we are not able to see anything. Because why? Because we have been contaminated by the knowledge of this material world, by the bad association of this material energy. That's why it's very, very important. So these are the service to the pure devotees of the Lord is the key, is the actual key to open the blocked hole of our ears. It has been said in Canto 2 that the person who does not hear about the glories of the Lord and his pure devotee, his ears holes are considered as the holes of the snakes. Yes, that's true. There's the holes of the snakes there. Because if he's not hearing and his tongues, if he's not vibrating, chanting a glories of the Lord Shri Hari, his tongues are considered as the tongue of a frog, which is unnecessarily inviting whom? The death, the snake. And the snake is considered as a death. Anytime it can come, it can bite us. That's what the frog does. Tar, 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 he all time it does. So he thinks he's singing so beautifully, he's talking so beautifully, everybody is listening and hearing him. But what he's doing, he's inviting the snake to come and eat him. That's what we are doing it here. If we are not talking about Krishna and his devotee, not associating with his pure devotees, so that means we are inviting the death here. So the service to the pure devotees, because they are freed from all the sins, from all the vices. Because when they get pleased, what they will do? They will impart, they will bless us to hear the message. They will give us the access to hear about Krishna. It says, Krishna gives everything to his devotees or those who want to know me. But one thing he reserves, that is bhakti. In this material world and the whole Shastra, if we see other things, they are basically talking about how to enjoy the sense gratification in a better way or in a Vedic style. So the people of this material world, they are inclined toward sense gratification. They are trying to reduce their impious punya, and they want to increase their pious punya. So in that way, they can enjoy this material world unlimitedly. But that's not true. Only to the service of the pure devotee, we get the access, we get the bhakti, we get Krishna, because they have got Krishna in their heart. If you see in the life of Shri Narada Muni, when he was talking to Vyasadeva, because Vyasadeva put forward his question to his spiritual master Narada Muni, how is it possible? Oh, how Narada Muni? How did you become Narada Muni? What was your qualification? What did you do to come to this position? Then Narada Muni very beautifully, he just narrate a beautiful pastime of his previous life. He was telling he was just a normal maid servant. Oh, sorry, the son of the maiden of all the sages, all the transcendentalists who came to one of the forest just to spend some time there for 3-4 months. And Narada Muni's mother, she was just a maiden, and she engaged herself and her son in the service of those transcendentalists. And most of the time, Narada Muni, when he was in previous life, was not Narada Muni. So he was doing service. He was getting a chance to hear them, to associate them. And when they were just leaving, he asked them. Every day he was asking one sense, ki, could I have your remnants, please? By being pleased with the service of this little Narada Muni in previous life, they allowed him to eat their remnants. And being purified, eating those remnants, associating, hearing from them about Krishna, about Krishna's devotee, he became purified, and in the next life he became Narada Muni. That is the power of hearing. That is the power of association there. When Krishna sees this person is serious or is sincere and he wants to know about me and he wants to come to me, then what he does, look at that. The next verse it says, Shunvatam swakatha Krishna punya sharvanam kirtanaha hirday ant astohi abhadrani vidnoti suhurat satam. When a Krishna sees, he is in the Paramatma form in everyone's heart. When he sees this person is so serious, he wants to know about me, he cleanses the heart. He himself cleanses the heart because he is residing in the heart as a Paramatma, as a super soul. He sees if the person is very, very sincere, he does that. He helps them. Outside, inside as a Chaitya Guru, outside as a spiritual master or as a Vaishnava, he just guides them. He removes all the anarthas because in our heart we have got so much anarthas. They are the obstacles on our spiritual life. Greed, envy, anger, illusion, bewilderment, hankerness, and so many other things are there. They are not allowing us to hear about Krishna. They are allowing us to hear about different subject matters. Shri Shukavacha, Shukadev Goswami, he's just praising Shaunaka Rishi and the other sages because they have put forward the questions to Shukadev Goswami, and Shukadev Goswami was just really being pleased because he was getting the chance to speak about Krishna. So they were saying that Viryan Ishate Prashnaha Krito Loko Hitam Nirpa Atma Vid Samataha Pumsam Shotyave Deshu Yahapara. Shukadev Goswami says, my dear king, your question is glorious. It's very, very good because it is very beneficial to all the people. And the subject and the answer to this question is a prime subject matter to hear, and it has been approved by all the transcendentalists. Can you see? Because we all have been attended many schools and colleges. If we go to some exams, we give, and when the students come out of the examination, they do not appreciate the question paper. Because they just abuse their teacher. They say, who gives this type or who asks this type of questions? This is very difficult. Teacher doesn't know how to give the questions. And the same way, teachers also abuses the student. How many times have I taught them what is the answer and what will be the question? Still, these people have not written what I was expecting. So the both teacher and the students, they just abuse each other of this material world. Not the question has been appreciated, neither the answer has been appreciated here. So that is the condition. But here, Sukadev Goswami is appreciating Parikshit Maharaj because he is asking the question for the whole humanity, for the benefit of the whole humanity, past, present, and future. That's why he was very happy. Because that is the symptom of a pure devotee. When the pure devotee, when he when he gets a chance to speak about, then he becomes so pleased because he thinks, now I'm going to think about Krishna. Now I'm going to absorb while glorifying Krishna, and that is my duty, or that is my purpose of existence in this material world here. And when we talk about who is the right person who can give us the knowledge about Krishna, can we choose anybody? We have seen in current scenario that YouTube is full of so-called spiritualist people or leader. They call themselves that they are the pure devotee of Lord Krishna, but actually they are not, because they themselves have not practiced through disciplic succession, because the knowledge must have come through disciplic succession. If you see the Srimad Bhagavatam in Canto 1 and 2, because we are just starting Canto 1 and Canto 2, from the beginning, the sages of Naimisharanya, they put the question in the front of Sutta Goswami, and he's saying, I have heard this Srimad Bhagavatam because I was in the assembly of Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. And there Sukadev Goswami is telling, I have heard through my spiritual master, who is Vyasadeva, or who was his father. And Vyasadeva is telling, I have heard from Narada Muni or from Brahmaji, their conversation. And Brahmaji is telling, I have heard this from Lord Narayana, from Lord Vishnu. So no one is taking the responsibility to tell, okay, according to my opinion, I think like that, I believe like that. No, everyone saying, Lord is saying. So they are repeating the words of the Lord. They are not mental speculating anything. There is no space for mental speculation in spiritual life. The knowledge itself comes through the Lord. Brahmaji was telling in Canto 2 to Narada Muni, how did he get these 4 Chatur Shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam? He himself been told by Lord Vishnu. And now he's telling his Narada Muni, please hear very, very attentively with the rapt attention. What I am telling you, please meditate upon him and add your self-realization and pass this message throughout the whole world. And Narada Muni said the same thing to the Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva, I am telling you these 4 Chatur Shloki of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please meditate, practice, add your experience, and you can go and distribute this message to everyone. But make sure, distribute in such a way that it develops the bhakti in the heart of everyone. Because in Canto 1 we have seen, in chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, that's where he's been, Vyasadeva has been chastised by his spiritual master Narada Muni, because he heard from Narada Muni about the bhakti, but somehow or other he just glorified only the 3 things, artha, kama, moksha, those things, those 4 purushartha, he just glorified only for those things, but he forgot, or very less, he just glorified bhakti. That's why he was unhappy. We have seen people are using the Vedas just to enjoy their sense gratification, and still they are unhappy. Why is that so? Because the bhakti part is missing in their life. The bhakti part is missing their life. And Krishna is there. That's why Krishna get pleased. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasvi tatvataha tato mam tatvato gyato vishte tad anantaram. No doubt, we have to do bhakti. We have to do bhakti, which is very good. Krishna is saying, only by devotional service I get to know. But in devotional service there is a detailing, and the detailing is tato mam tatvato gyato. You have to know me through tattva. Only through tattva. Otherwise our devotional service will be only on the onshore things that we can draw anytime, which is not really healthy for our spiritual life. We have to know Krishna through tattva. That's why the Srimad Bhagavatam is there, Bhagavad Gita is there, Chaitanya Charitamrita is there, and the association of the devotee. If we have any doubt, or even nectar of devotions are there, they are the detailed information about the bhakti. How can we go more deeper and deeper and deeper in there? into the subject matter, which if we meet any non-devotee or the person who is pretending himself to be the devotee of Lord Krishna, we can defeat him. No, you are doing that is okay, but that not the absolute truth, because we have to follow the process through the disciplic succession. That's why hearing is very important from the mouth of the pure devotee. And even this hearing, if you see, when Srila Prabhupada, when he first time went to US, and when he was going to preach the citizens of America, they were basically, most of them were the hippies, or they themselves rejected or disconnected from the society, or society disconnected them. Prabhupada was trying to speak to them or giving some talk on Krishna. They were not interested. They were not interested at all. So what Srila Prabhupada did, he just started chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. From the lips of the pure devotee, when the mantra came out, it purifies the heart of the other people who were non-devotees that who were hippies that time. Because Krishna has come in this material world in the form of his sound incarnation, in the form of a holy name. Always Srila Prabhupada says, hear the holy name, hear the holy name. He doesn't say you have to think about, do the imagination, think the pastime of the Lord. No, he says first hearing. Hearing is a process. Hearing is a process. When we Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. The first step is hear. When we hear enough, then we develop the love about the personality, about the person. In the case of Rukmani was a queen, was a princess, and at her place and at her father's place, every day there were many sages were coming, and they were just talking about the glories of Krishna, what he did today, what he did in the afternoon, what he did in the evening, and so and so. Rukmani Devi, she didn't even see Krishna ever. Only just by developing a one process, hearing with a rapt attention from the mouth of the sages, she developed the love for Krishna. And inside their heart, she accepted Krishna as her husband. That's how the power is. See, even in this material world, if you have any Hollywood star or a Bollywood star, if we haven't heard or we haven't watched those movies, but those people who have been to the movie theater, they have watched the movie and they come out, and because it's just a fresh, new actor has come out in the market, and it's first movie and we don't know who is he. But when they have watched the movie and they come out and the glory of him, oh my God, he's so handsome, his hairstyle is like that, his body is so ripped, all the muscles and everything is coming out, he kicks so very well, he just ride on the motorcycle, and the movie is so class, and the songs are so beautiful, because we haven't heard anything, but only just by hearing from other people's mouth, we just developed some kind of inquisitiveness. Let me go and see what this movie is all about. In the same way, these pure devotees, those who are already been a devotee, or those who are helping others to become a devotee, that's where their duty is. That's why they become the preacher. That's why they go and give the Krishna Katha, or go and talk about Krishna, or give Krishna in the form of books to other people here. That's why we need to assist our spiritual master, assist our local temple, or educate ourselves so beautifully, so when we go outside in the market to preach, so we can answer those people and we can attract, because only by the activities we get attraction. How can I develop a love for someone if I really don't know what his activity is all about? As we know that Parashuramuni, the father of Srila Vyasadeva, he beautifully said, what is the definition of the God? Those 6 opulences: he must be knowledgeable, he must be wealthy, he must be very attractive, like a handsome, he must be very strong, and he must be very wealthy, and he must be renunciate. When we get attraction, if someone of this material world have a tinge of this kind of a quality out of these out of these six opulences, if he has little bit of this, then he becomes so puffed up. He thinks he's the god of this planet because he's controlling everybody. And even in Krishna, he's got everything unlimitedly, but still he doesn't care. That's how we need to engage our time all the time here. In Canto 2, it says the person who are envious or who are gross materialistic, Shotya Vidhinu Rajendra, Ninam Shanti Sahasranam, Apashyatam Atmatatmam, Graheshu Grahamedimam. It means that those who are gross materialistic people, if they don't hear about the Krishna Katha or about Krishna and his devotee, they have got different subject matter to hear in this material world. We have seen those people who are not, those who doesn't want to become devotee or those who are not there. We have seen they have got plenty of subject matter to talk about: social activities, political activities, this activity, that national activities, except to inquire what is the purpose of my life, why am I suffering, where have I come from, where am I going to, what is the purpose of my existence, so and so. They don't question about all these things. Why? Because they are blind. Apashyatam atmatattvam. Because they are blind to all this knowledge. So that is the duty of every devotee or every Vaishnava, to educate all these people. All these people, if you see day and night, what they are doing. Nidrayate haryate naktam vyavayena cha vyavya divacha arte haya rajan kutumba bharane va. This type of envious householders, in the night they pass either in sex or sleeping, and the day earning money or maintaining their family. That is all they are doing it. We can see that in our relative circle, in our friend circle, or when we go around, everybody just only doing all these four activity: in the night, sex or sleep; in the day, earning money or taking care of the family. And there is no other purpose. So what we gonna do? That's why the question has been asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadeva, please help us what to do. But the first process itself is the hearing. Hearing is the first process. Even though there are 9 processes, Prabhupada says you don't need to change, you don't need to go anywhere in the Himalayas, change your profession. Wherever you are, just sit there and practice the devotional service only just by hearing. Hearing is the first step. Other step will follow slowly when you develop the attachment by hearing. Srila Prabhupada, I heard one time saying this beautiful story. He was just making a point for the Sravanam, for hearing. He was saying, when a man is bitten by a snake, first he goes to unconscious and then he dies. It's not like that first he died. No, first he becomes unconscious for some time and then he's died. In the same way, he was making a point there that the people of this material world has been beaten by this materialistic way of life. By this materialistic way of life, they have been beaten and they have become unconsciousness. That's why they have no idea who Krishna is, what he wants from us, what his spiritual life is, why we are suffering, and how can we get rid of this suffering. So the way when there is an expert person, because we have seen in the villages, because in nowadays hardly anyone knows about this. In the village, when a snake bites somebody, so they call an expert, a physician. What the physician does, he just chants the mantra where the snake has bitten. And when he chants that powerful mantra, so through that mantra, that poison comes out of that area. In the same way, when we chant this spiritual mantra, when we hear this spiritual mantra, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So through this mantra, the unconscious state of our mind, it gets awakened. It gets awakened through this mantra. Chant and hear. Chant and hear. That's why Prabhupada is always emphasizing on these two things. Chant and hear and facilitate others. That is the purpose of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also did. He was emphasizing everybody, all his followers, give the chance or facilitates. And that's what everybody is doing. Brahmaji is doing, Narada Muni is doing, Vyasadevji is doing, Shukadev Goswami is doing, Sutta Goswami is, and all the followers of all those great sages, they are doing the same thing. They are giving a chance to everyone. That's why Srila Prabhupada has opened these big centers all over the world. What for? We don't ask anything else from anybody. We just say a simple thing. We invite them. We conduct so many programs all over the world in the name of Bhakti Vriksha, temple programs. Early in the morning, Srimad Bhagavatam is there. Evening, Bhagavad Gita program is there. What is that all about? It's just to invite other people so they come to this temple and they get the chance just to hear about Krishna. Only just a simple process itself, we can go back to Godhead. And the very beautiful and the powerful example of the Srimad Bhagavatam itself is Shri Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit, with this very rapt attention, very attentively, he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He's actually, in one sense, we can say that he's the personification of hearing. He was setting an example for all of us how to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam with a rapt attention. Because hearing from Krishna directly, the way Arjuna did, the way Brahmaji did, or the way other sages did, or hearing through Lord Krishna's pure devotee, it's the same thing. It will give the same benefit because the devotee itself is carrying the same message, the same purity, what Lord Krishna is asking us to do. When I was in my school, I do remember that because we were kid and one of our teachers, she was so beautiful to present things in such a practical way that still it has been remain in my mind and in my heart. What she was doing, if she has to teach one particular message, she always gives us a skit, a game or a play to play with us. And through that play, she gives us the message. So what she did one time, because we were kind of 40, 50, let's take a 50 students, we were there in a class, and she made 5 lines, 10 each. So there were 5 rows of 10 people each in there. And she said something in the ear of a first person to all the 5 lines, and the last person, she wrote the thing, whatever she said in the first person ear, she wrote the same thing in the paper and she handed over to the last person. And she was saying that whatever I'll say, just in a one go, you hear with a rapt attention and you pass the same thing to the other person. And that's how the message will go on. And she said, okay, that's fine. Now we started. She said something to the first person of all the 5 rows. And as the word, she said 2 words. And as the word was going to second, to third, to fourth, fifth, and when it went to the 10th person, she gave the mic to the 10th person and she asked, what did you hear? The person said, the student said, and teacher says, now you open the page. And he opened the page, and the page, what she was written, that was something else. And she asked the first person, you go and ask the first person, did you said this thing? And the last person went to the first person and showed the syllabus, says, did you said this thing? And the first person said, yes, I said this thing. But how come in between the message changed? That's why hearing is good, but hearing with a rapt attention is very, very important here. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Lord was saying to Arjuna that this disciplic succession has been broken. Since This time, it has been such a long time, the knowledge has been broken. Arjuna, now I am establishing the same knowledge with you only. So when we are in our movement, and if someone has been past, let's say 25 years, 30 years, 35, 40 years in the movement, so does it mean that this person, no doubt, this person has heard so many times, we are not this body, we are this soul, and many other philosophies, many other knowledge and of Srimad Bhagavatam, he knows in and out of all the stories, but that is mean that he should stop hearing? No. The day when we started our spiritual journey, we started from hearing, because somebody invited us from the program and he gave us a chance as a facility to hear properly, to hear the mantra, to hear the message, what Krishna is saying, what Srila Prabhupada is saying, what other sages are saying. Yeah? When we hear with this rapt attention, then we can see the change happened in our heart. No doubt, sometimes we don't have much time sometime to hear. People do utilize, because we just live in a foreign country. People are so busy in their busy life. When devotees also go, they do utilize their traveling time in a hearing. They do some hearing lecture, or some people, they get reading. Yeah, reading is one sense also hearing. Reading Srila Prabhupada books. Srila Prabhupada, whatever he wants to say to the world, to the coming generation, so he just wrote the books. So that means, one sense, we are listening to Srila Prabhupada through his books. We do hear. Srila Prabhupada has given a beautiful program to progress in a spiritual life. Just early time, waking up, chant your rounds, finish your rounds, and then do Guru Puja, and then attend Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, the Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, and Srila Prabhupada is repeating the words of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Let me read one verse for you. It's from the first canto. It says, Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Attending regular classes of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not saying just a once a while. It's a regular. Nityam means always, regular. Externally, every day we must have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We must have to associate with Bhagavatam. Why? Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than a literature incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna. It means we are associating with Krishna. Regular attending Srimad Bhagavatam classes and rendering service, as I said in the beginning of my lecture, because those devotees who has been free from all the sins, if you do service for them and hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, what will happen? Nashta Praishu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. All the troublesomes to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And what will happen? The love of Godhead will develop in our heart. In this way, so these are the formulas. First is regular attending Srimad Bhagavatam, regular hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and regular hearing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. As Prabhupada is saying, always just speak and hear, and helps others also in this way, chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And those people, if you see, who have developed the love to hear, what are their moods, how they talk about, and we must have to make our goal of that mood there. It says, Vayam Tuna Vitrapayam Uttama Shloka Vikarme Yat Shurmatam Ras Gyanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. The sages of Naimisharanyas, they are saying that we are not tired of hearing Krishna Katha. Please keep going it, because we are every step, Swadu Swadu Pade, we are every step, we are relishing, we are having a pleasure to hear more and more about Krishna Katha. Parikshit Maharaj, we see, he was so attentive, so that he did not even eat or drink anything in 7 days. Even though if you see his story life, how the Srimad Bhagavatam was Krishna was making a platform to be spoken Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaj Parikshit, he went for hunting in a jungle, even though he drank water before going it. But suddenly he became thirsty. Suddenly he became thirsty just in few hours. And he went to Rishi's house, his hut, just to ask some water. But what happened? Somehow or other, by Krishna's arrangement, this beautiful pastime happened. He put the snake garland on Rishi's neck, and Rishi's son got to know Shringi. He cursed Parikshit Maharaj, so and so. But here, when Parikshit Maharaj, when he sat down to hear Krishna Katha from the pure devotee's mouth, he forgot. He says, I am not thirsty at all. I am not hungry at all. Why? Because I am drinking the nectar of Krishna Katha through my ears. Isn't it so beautiful? And it's such a greatest learning for all of us. But when we get a chance to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, or some exalted devotees, some sannyasis, or some other senior Vaishnavas, when they come and they talk about, we have to leave everything. We have to leave everything and just sit for that time moment. But do we do that always? No, we don't do that. See, in the villages, I have seen when one of my auntie, when I was 6-7 years old, when she was my father's sister, when she was getting married, and any occasion, whether it's someone's birthday, when it's someone's marriage, or any other what do you call, ceremonies are happening in the house, what they do kind of a Narayan Katha, Ramayan, Krishna Katha, or something happens at a home. So during that period, they invite some sadhus, some sannyasis. When the sannyasis come, so the whole village, they leave their job, their whatever job they do, and they come and they sit next to his lotus feet and they hear about the Krishna Katha, Ramayan Katha. So that was the culture. But now that culture, as the Kali Yuga is progressing, and the people are leaving those culture, not inclined towards reading or knowing Vedic scriptures, so and so. So wasting their time only just watching and hearing television, hearing Bollywood songs, Hollywood songs, instead of hearing about Krishna, chanting about his holy name and so and so. They are not doing all those things. They are doing just the opposite. So that was the culture in the previous time. The people, they leave everything and they come over there. So in my auntie's marriage, I have seen my grandmother, she organized this beautiful Ramayan, and Ramayan has been spoken for 3 days, 24 hours. It was non-stop. Everyone has been given a shift to read the Ramayan 24 hours, and it went for 3 days. And I tell you what, there were many people there even in the night to hear about it. Some people, when it becomes late in the night, they go to sleep while hearing, but they were still there just to hear it, because it shows that how village people, they were so simple, and there was a very good culture to hear all these knowledges. We see in Canto 2 that when Lord Brahma, when he was born from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, what he was doing? He was completely bewildered. He could not see the source of his existence. He tried his best for many thousands of years to search for his source. How did he come from? And then after some time, he just heard twice, tapa, tapa, tapa. Then he understood, now I have to do some austerity, I have to do some penances. So when he did for thousands and thousands of years, then he got the darshan of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu was very pleased with this austerity. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada was mentioning somewhere there, that even though sometimes if we don't get a chance to see the speakers, but his instruction, if we hear very, very carefully, and we just trying to meditate how to fulfill, and these are the instructions of the sannyasis, of the pure devotees of the Lord, or of the spiritual master there. That's why sometimes if we don't get a chance to see him, but somehow or other, when we get a chance to hear him, so we should immediately meditate and execute the order what he is asking all of us to do. Srila Prabhupada, in a one sense, he is present here in his books, through his lectures, but one sense he is not here on this planet. But whatever order he has been given to all of his sincere followers of this ISKCON Hare Krishna movement, we all must have to execute. But for that thing, we have to hear very, very attentively. We have to hear attentively, because through hearing we can remove the dust from our heart. So that is the glories, and it has been said throughout the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. Throughout the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, if you see the Kshatriyas, even though any type of varnas and ashramas were there previously, whether it's a brahmanas, sannyasis, or Kshatriyas and householders, Vaishyas and Sudras, they were all fulfilling their spiritual duties while going and having a solution from a transcendentalist and hearing them very carefully, and they were fulfilling the purpose of their existence. So here I would like to stop here on the topics of glories of Sravanam. Hare Krishna.